Hey everybody, welcome to Art 13131, and this is the beginning of the term. We're going to talk about how the procedure will go with the weekly assignment schedule. And basically you see here that this is the weekly assignment schedule. It's available on Canvas. On the left sidebar there will be syllabus option. In syllabus, the syllabus is there, and also this handout, which you can print out. I suggest you do and have it handy so that you can refer to all the assignments and keep up with what you have completed and what you haven't completed, and what I've asked you to work on more for a better grade. Essentially, you can work on any assignment more and more with my suggestions till the end of the term, and you will be able to get the highest grade possible, theoretically, if you put the effort in. Okay? And so all these assignments have a due date, which is basically the Wednesday of the next week that they were posted on Canvas. So week 1 assignments will be due the following week by Wednesday, and that'll be all on the assignment page that you submit your work. You'll be able to see the due date. Okay, so that's just to keep you in line and handing in your work on certain time zones so that you don't fall way back behind and keeps you up. Now, having said that, I'll give suggestions on work that I feel needs more to give it a better grade. And so you work with those suggestions and you are able to submit it back as many times as we need to get a better grade on it. The only thing that we don't is not that option is the midterm, which is in week 5, and also the final at the end of the term. Those are due in those particular weeks, and I won't accept them after. Okay, and we'll talk about those further when we get there. So what you will be doing is on Monday and Wednesday, I post the first 2 assignments of the week. As you can see in this assignment schedule, each week has 3 assignments. And that's geared around a face-to-face class where you have 2 sessions per week, 2 classes, 2 assignments each session, and then a homework assignment, because the college wants you to have homework. So I offer the homework. But in online purposes, since you can do any of these assignments at any time during the week, I'm labeling them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on and on through the weeks. And those will be the assignments each week. So in the first week, we have 3 assignments. The very first one is holding the pencil and drawing and shading, for drawing and shading, and a shading exercise. Actually, I think there's 2 or 3 of them in a couple of videos. So after watching this video, you'll see 2 other videos that you can watch. One's on holding the pencil in different positions for drawing and shading, which are different. There'll be a overhand grip and a writing grip, and it'll talk about which grip is better for which technique. And also, there's another video about light logic and single light source shading, and they focus on a few things there. Shading some squares that are connected to each other from very light to very dark and all the midtones in between. So this will be explained in the video, so watch those. And there's also an exercise about shading an apple with your light source. It'll give it all the explanations, and you go ahead and step by step do both of those exercises that are in the video, okay? One's shading squares, basically, that shade from the very lightest tone to darker, 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 and then over to, I think there's 8 of them, or 5, 6, 7, 8, you'll see the darkest tone. And it'll explain what's going on. And then the other one is the apple that is shaded with the light source, okay? So look for those 2 videos, watch those before you attempt to make your first attempt at assignment number 1, okay? That's basically it for the first assignment. I'm trying to get you to get used to using the pencil in several different grips to shade with and to draw with, okay? And then you have a practice, and show me by submitting that assignment that you practice that and that your understanding of that has been completed, so we can move on to assignment number 2 and 3, which I'll talk about on Wednesday. Usually I talk about the last 2 assignments together and the first one separately. Okay, so any questions, you can contact me in email, but you can also talk to me in the submission assignment page. For each assignment, there's a chat box, just like email. We're basically emailing each other back and forth there, but also all your work will be there, and my suggestions will be there, and also if I attach examples, they'll be there. It's all on one page. So you go to modules, you look up each week, which will be labeled, and then within each week will be the assignments. There'll be the video first. It'll say video assignment number 1, video assignment number 2 and 3. And under that is the assignment page that you go into, and that's where you submit your work. It's probably just like a lot of other Canvas online courses, the structure, but just to let you know. And if you have any questions, let me know so that I can run it by you again. I sent out an email early on last week with all the basic supplies that you'll need to get started. If you did not receive that, essentially what you'll need is 11 by 14 drawing paper. I prefer Bristol paper because it's thicker and you can erase on it a lot more. You can also paint on it, and we do have a color assignment way late in the day here in the week 10. So we'll talk about that then. You don't need to get those supplies right now. You can get them, piece it together, sort of. Right now, all you need is the drawing paper, 11 by 14 inches. Don't get real small stuff because then you learn to draw small. I want you to draw bigger, like if you were to frame it on a wall. And you need that paper. Like I said, Bristol paper is preferred, but you don't really need it necessarily for the first few weeks if you want to just use drawing paper. Also, you're going to need soft graphite drawing pencils. Not a bunch of them, just a few. And you don't need the light ones, which are the hard graphite. The soft graphite renders dark tones. You'll learn in the video, holding the pencil, that if you apply more pressure to your pencil, you get darker tones. If you apply less pressure, you get the very light tones. And then you learn to increase your pressure to get the midtones in between and the darkest tones with a lot of pressure. And you can get that all out of a few soft graphite pencils. 05 to 08 or 8 HB are good ones to use. You might want to try these out where you're buying them and see that they do render dark tones, because that's what we're going to be doing in this course. Rendering dark tones to create great contrast, which creates shape in your subject matter. Whatever you're drawing will have shape because of the contrast and the level of tones you're putting into your drawing, from very light to very dark, and all the midtones. So I'm going to talk about that all term. So we don't need to talk about it for 12 minutes right now. And I'm going to let you go ahead and get started on the first couple of videos and do the exercises it asks you to do and submit those in. And then you have till Wednesday of next week to do that. Submit them in, and we'll get started. And that should prepare you for all the other drawings we're going to do. All right, we'll talk with you then.